Cracker Barrel is big time mad. The woke CEO Karen, who rules over the house of cornbread, is taking it to Steak and Shake. She's had enough of their tallowed attempts to take them down, and now she's letting everybody know that the man who runs Steak and Shake should be burned at the stake for daring to oppose the changes she made, and everybody knows were a woke disaster. We'll tell you about this crazy story that's just breaking right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel where we are no ignoramus. Never. We win at the peg game all the time, and so can you. Click the like button, and let's dive into the war that is being waged between Cracker Barrel and Steak and Shake and why it's happening. There's far more at stake than just restaurant shenanigans. This is out of Fox Business. Cracker Barrel hits back at self-interested Steak and Shake CEO's poor leadership after online attacks. The restaurant chain calls CEO Sardar Biglari's leadership a cautionary tale following relentless online attacks. It says Cracker Barrel fired back at the self-interested head of Steak and Shake, Sardar Biglari, after his fast food chain criticized the restaurant's rebrand on social media, calling his poor performance as CEO a cautionary tale. I thought Steak and Shake was doing pretty darn well. Mr. Biglari has pursued an unprecedented 7 proxy solicitations against the company in just 14 years, each time for what we believe are purely self-interested reasons. This is from Cracker Barrel. This is from the company that just put out a self-interested blandification from the Karen CEO and got slammed and had to revert in like 72 hours. Thankfully, they say, our shareholders have consistently rejected his proposals and nominees by overwhelming margins each time. We believe his actions and poor performance at Steak and Shake and Western Sizzlin' remain cautionary tales. Which again, I thought Western Sizzlin' was rebounding after people thought it was going to be done for. This is amazing to me. They are going after him because he is the largest investor who warned them and said, don't do this. If you rebrand this way, it's going to go badly for you. And in fact, we know this because if I go to Yahoo Finance, hosted from MoneyWise, top investor issued 4 warnings to Cracker Barrel about the rebranding. Here's why he was ignored. Who was it that was telling them that? One critic had sounded the alarm long before politics got involved. Sardar Biglari, an Iranian-American investor who owns about 9% of Cracker Barrel, has been warning for years that costly rebrands and remodels would backfire. So Cracker Barrel apparently is furious at this man for daring to have been right. Darn him for being right. Guys, this is getting ugly now. I thought that when they hired the crisis management team, they would play nice and definitely not defend what they've done. That's not apparently the plan at all. It's amazing to me to watch this happening.
Well, I think it's funny because I think the one thing that Cracker Barrel customers want more than anything else is for the company to have a feud with another company. Not better food, not higher quality, not a return to the values. They want to see a skirmish in the public about this. I mean, talk about being completely tone deaf. The first rule of holes is stop digging. Please just focus on your brand.
But I think it's bigger than that. I think it's bigger than that. Sorry, Marvin, but I think it's bigger than that because I think it's another sign that they're not turning back on their newfound, ideology first manners. I think that the simple fact of holding the logo, they can hold their nose and deal with that, but they've only rebranded their garbage with the latest words that you rebrand anything woke to, which is belonging and culture and things like that, which means they're not getting rid of any of these things that offend their actual fan base. And I think that this only goes out and proves it. Crisis team aside, Pro, this is one of those situations where I think that they're learning nothing. This is like Microsoft employing Bridge. It's the same bunch of nitwit ideology, just repackaged with different words. They learned nothing. They'll change very little, and they'll just try again here in a few months, like Hollywood seems to do all the time. We're just going to rebrand, and we're going to hope you ignore the next one that we put out there is exactly the same.
Well, what I don't understand about this is, okay, so you made a mistake. You admitted you made a mistake. You try to cover up that you're not going to really make the changes, but you are going to switch the logo. Like if it didn't cost anything, you're going to fix that, okay? Like, shouldn't you now shut up? Like, I don't understand going after the Steak and Shake. I don't understand it at all, because you can't win because he pointed out you made a mistake, and 2 days ago you admitted you made the mistake. So you can't win. It's like, it's like bringing a burnt biscuit out to the customer. You can't fix it. Just get rid of the biscuit and shut up about that biscuit.
It's more than he just tried to warn them away. When all of this went down, the Steak and Shake X account took Cracker Barrel to the woodshed, just constantly, every day, hammering them over all of this. Like, to the point where I was like, I had to check to make sure it was actually the Steak and Shake official account, because I couldn't believe that one company was going after another company like this. And so I think feelings got hurt, and I think that that CEO is firing back because she's trying to get her power, her agency back, or whatever it is.
I think you're right, Marvin, but it's so funny to me. It's so funny to me that at this level, the feelings. Look at that terrible building. I had not seen that picture before. That looks terrible. But yeah, feelings. Their fifis got hurt, and they can't get over it.
This is hilarious to me. If you were that CEO of Cracker Barrel, and I'm generally I'm not for judging someone based off of their appearance, but if you look at that woman and the statements that she's made and the fashion choices that she's made, and you think about the person that she's going up against with Big Larry, who is the owner of Big Larry Holdings, which has subsidiaries including, of course, Steak and Shake, as has been mentioned before, Western Sizzlin', who, if you come in, you're going to get 2 potatoes and 2 sweet teas, as we often joke about on this channel.
I can't believe
it. They also own Maxim magazine.
Yeah.
I could not imagine a more diametrically opposed brand to whatever's going on in the corporate offices of Cracker Barrel than Maxim magazine.
Marvin, I'm shocked that we're ever going to say this. I never thought these words would come out of my mouth on the show. Can you go follow Western Sizzlin' online, please? We need to see if they were also slamming Cracker Barrel. We just didn't know it, because I know people will think we let them down on the job. We were not, in fact, following Western Sizzlin'. It did not come to our mind that we should do so.
I don't know if they actually have an X account.
It would be brand appropriate if they don't have an X account. I'll just tell you, Western Sizzlin' is not what comes to mind for social media acumen. Yeah. Go ahead, Culture.
Well, no, I need to ask a question. Now, this is a man whose organization has significant holdings in the parent company of
right,
Cracker Barrel. So, I mean, aren't you taking shots at one of your shareholders?
Yes, that appears to be what they're doing.
Okay,
what is it? 7 to 9% he owns.
We've seen this war before, I believe, between Ike Perlmutter and Nelson Peltz and Disney. It's the same kind of thing. You are doing something that is diametrically opposed to everybody who's huge fans of you, and yet you're still plugging away. I think you would have just taken your whooping, as Marvin was describing, and moved on and learned a lesson from it. They just won't.
Well, let's see what lesson they were supposed to learn. Let's see if we can get this up on the screen. Here it is out of the Fox Business article. If we go back to Fox Business, in October of 2024, after the standstill provisions ended, this is so funny, Baglari apparently had managed to get somebody on the board from his group. He owns a huge part of Cracker Barrel. He got a person on the board, and part of the agreement was that he would shut up for a year, okay? So he did. After that ended in October of 2024, he attacked the board's, quote, strategic transformation plan, unquote, what we've just watched and which failed miserably, in a scathing 7-page open letter. In the letter, the Iranian board investor trashed the board as flawed and slammed its previous decisions to open new stores and invest in new businesses. He criticized the board for being out of touch with the restaurant's, quote, core customers, unquote. Okay, I don't know how they're going to win this, because he's clearly, obviously right. It's hard to win when he's right.
I find this whole fight really funny because of where I live. It just so happens that I live in a place where I'm walking distance from a Cracker Barrel, and almost right across the street from that Cracker Barrel is Steak and Shake. So I'm really surprised I haven't seen on their marquees like big fights with one another.
We need Ron, get a webcam. We need a webcam in case they start throwing food items across at each other.
They're launching condiments across the street.
Condiments, he said. Condiments.
You gotta watch this. It's so funny to me because it's true though. In some aspects, Steak and Shake since 2020 has kind of pulled back on their own classic service. They don't have table service anymore. There's some arguments to be made that some of the things that they have done have pulled back from their core customers. Their food's still good. I've still eaten there and haven't had any issues at all with what they are producing as far as their food is concerned. And now they seem to be making moves to try and go back to win back some of their core audience that they may have lost. And a lot of that shakeup had to do with the closures and how you have to handle that and come back from that. And that whole situation shook up all of the restaurant business. But when it comes to Cracker Barrel specifically, you have a very, very specific kind of an audience there. People that go to Cracker Barrel, we've talked about it so many times. They're on the side of the road. It's people stopping off on their road trips. Why would you introduce alcohol at a place where people are mainly stopping off between driving segments? And then these moves, everything that they have done with all of the moves to Cracker Barrel are they like spit in the face of the core audience of who normally goes to Cracker Barrel. I mean, we're talking about Southern comfort food. We're talking about fried okra and biscuits and dumplings, and none of that is about the type of people who apparently this new CEO wants to target. Disney had to handle this a long time ago, but it just seems like these small groups of people that are very hateful to traditional culture want to try and infiltrate traditional culture and change it. And that's what really is bothering me.
Well, Cracker Barrel was never going to be for wine moms. Let's just be honest. And that's the audience that you're describing that this lady is shooting for and failing miserably, by the way.
Right. No more lemonade in frosted mugs. You get your mimosa instead.
Exactly. And then, again, I feel like today we've had nothing but the same conversation, just couched in different details. It just disguised as, different elements of, what I would call cultural decay. And the fact that, they're trying to appeal to new audiences, much like Disney did, but it's giving not only sticker shock, but whiplash to their audience. Disney did this with families. Cracker Barrel's doing it, with their traditional, road tested guests like myself who stopped there to get something, decent to eat.
I've always thought of you as road tested.
Well, I try to be, but that's kind of what Cracker Barrel is. But they've deviated so radically, and everybody has. Whether it be, we were just talking about late night television. You're talking about like an effect that really did devastate the core audience for all of these things. This is the problem with the modern MBA spreadsheet mindset. They think disruption is good just for disruption's sake. And this is not the way to go about it. You cannot lose people at this scale, and you cannot irritate them at this scale before you have complete, not just outrage, but backlash. Here's something interesting. Beer consumption, I know it's adjacent, doesn't sound right.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. I saw this stat. This is amazing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Beer consumption is down by ridiculous percentages just after, and this has been a long succession of stupidity from all of these, distillers, et cetera, beer crafters and things. But it's down so considerably that you have entire demographics that are not consuming alcohol anymore.
Yeah, I saw this too, Culture. There are surveys out there. The number of young people, the younger generation, I think it was 30 under, who are consuming alcohol, it's like falling off a cliff.
Yeah,
which shocked me. But then I thought, well, Disney is going, and Cracker Barrel, they're all in on this. So I thought, well, now, maybe they're advertising to a very, slim and growing slimmer demographic in the young people. And I'll have to admit, I was totally blindsided by that. I had no idea that there'd been a drop off in alcohol consumption in younger generations whatsoever. Jonas, let me give you the final word, though.
I'd like to see that correlated with other less.
Well, that's because they're using other items that I can't say on YouTube, lest we be taken off. Jonas, I'll give you the final word. There's a seventh proxy contest. This guy that they're waging war with now, who clearly he's right. He's been right for a long time, and he's trying. I don't know all of his positions, but give us an understanding, please, of what it means that he's been at this now 7 times over with proxy contests.
He wants control of Cracker Barrel. I think he does have one board seat. He wants himself and one other person to have one other draft pick to be named later to have a seat on the Cracker Barrel board, and they're fighting very hard against it. He and his holdings are less than 10% of the company right now. They're saying that the company itself has put forward board members that have about 30% of the company. This is something that I think we're actually we might need to dig a little deeper here, because I'm looking at this and they're going to be electing their next slate of nominees in less than 2 months at Cracker Barrel. So whatever this woman just did might have happened at the worst possible time. Sardar Biglari, which I feel like I'm casting a spell on someone when I say his name here. I mean, more power to him. He seems to be making the right moves to get his board seats this time. The fact that he's come out and said this was the wrong call and had pretty much all of America, both sides of the aisle, except for the people in the news media, say that this was the wrong call. I think he finally might have the thing that he needs in order to actually take control of Cracker Barrel.
So wait a minute. Jonas, are you telling me that live you have been researching and we have found out something that could speak to the biscuit finally crumbling at Cracker Barrel's modern leadership?
Right. Within 2 months, he could have more seats on the board. He could have just had a great political win here to get his seats on the Cracker Barrel board. So that is fascinating. So this might actually affect the company in a bigger way than we originally thought.
Well, folks, I guess we've got more on the way here on the Pro Channel as we continue to discover that Karen, the CEO, is indeed an ignoramus, and things might just be about to steak and shake up. I know, you want more. You want more of the Pro Channel, folks, but we've got to head out the door for this video. But fret not yet, for more content is yet on the way. 3 times a day, thrice as nice, right here on the Pro Channel. Oh, what's that you say? You want more than that? Fine, we'll do 4 videos. Well, yeah, that's happening. Folks, as you get ready to go, consider clicking the like button for us. It is a huge help. Also, like, share, subscribe, and click it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. We would also love it if you could drop on down and give us a comment. We love hearing from you. And although we can't respond to every single comment, we often are reading them indeed. Folks, we would encourage you to consider subscribing to our partner channels, that Park Place, that Game Place, and that Pod Place. We love them all. We think you might too. Until the next time we have the joy of joining with you, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.